And let's take a look at our tail of the tape for this bout scheduled for 5 rounds with a belt on the line. Condit comes in at 24 years of age, 6'2", weighed in at 169.5 pounds and a 76-inch reach. Hiromitsu Miura, 26 years of age, 5'9", 169. But there you see what could be problematic for him, a 71.5-inch reach. We are all set to go. We send it inside the cage. Joe Martinez has our official fighter introductions.
From the joint here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the evening. 5 scheduled rounds for the WEC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a judo fighter. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in officially 169 pounds. Professional record, 9 victories with 4 defeats. Fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, here is the challenger, the last samurai, Hiromitsu Miura. Next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a Thai boxing and submission grappler. Standing 6 feet 2, he weighed in 169.5 pounds. A veteran inside the cage, he brings 22 victories, just 4 defeats. Into tonight's title defense, fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, here is the reigning, the defending WEC Welterweight Champion of the World, the natural-born killer, Condit. Referee in charge of the action, Josh Rosenthal.
We've gone over your instructions. I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands all times. Defend yourselves all times. Touch gloves, go back, let's do this.
So we are set to go, scheduled for 5 rounds here in the WEC. This for the welterweight belt, which is now in the possession of Carlos Condit.
Gentlemen, you ready? You ready? Let's fight!
I really foresee this being an excellent stand-up battle. One thing, though, about Hiromitsu Miura leading up to this fight, moving here in Vegas and training, one thing that he changed up, knowing that his jiu-jitsu was needing work on to keep up with the likes of Carlos Condit, was to recruit Robert Dreisen, Abu Dhabi champ, got himself in there to bring up that level of his game. But I still feel through watching his training, he's going to try to keep this fight on his feet, which is Carlos Condit's forte. So it should make it a very interesting battle.
Miura brings the big right there with a nice exchange. Both fighters trying to figure the other out. And we want to remind you folks, UFC 87 Seek and Destroy, Saturday, August 9th, 2008. In the Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota. UFC welterweight champion George Rush St. Pierre faces #1 contender John Fitch. 8-0 in the octagon. It's only pay-per-view. And look at this.
That's the boxing that... Nice judo throw. That's the boxing Carlos Condit said he was working on. You see now he's staggered his stance a little more than he has in the past. His shoulders are fighting more like a boxer. He's countering and throwing a beautiful counter right hand.
Condit said that if Miura tried to throw one of those judo throws, he would be ready for it, and he was there, perfectly defended.
He was able to block the hips and get him away and not get sucked over the top.
I'll tell you what, I am impressed so far with what Miura's doing, and that is showing him a little bit, then backing off, showing him a little bit. Two guys,
Miura right there.
Rushing on Condit.
Condit just got caught with a counter left hook there by Miura. Miura has very quick hands and a strong striker. There's the knees.
Oh, the big judo throw! Hiromitsu Miura gets Condit to the ground. And he goes right to side control, which is a beautiful move for him.
He's out of the closed guard. He's out of the guard of Carlos Condit. So here, the jiu-jitsu expertise is going to be more limited, because right now Carlos Condit has to get out of that position to get into a submission. And right there, he had a cross side and was able to get up. I think Miura did a good job. He didn't fight to stay on the ground where he could have left himself open for a submission.
Oh, and again!
Wow, that was a slick sweep. Whoa!
Totally catching the champion off guard, but Condit comes right back with a flurry. And I'm telling you right now, Miura is showing something. He takes a big straight right from Condit, and Condit is waking up, but again, Miura is able to sweep him and throw him to the ground.
Yeah, Miura sweeps, so the good thing about those throws, even though he's not holding Carlos down, is that he's not eating knees. Most people, when they clinch with Carlos Condit, eat a very vicious knee right up the middle because he's so tall for his weight class, and he's so flexible and efficient and effortless at throwing those knees. But if Hiromitsu Miura can throw him every time they lock up, he's not going to be eating any knees, even if he doesn't hold Carlos down. Oh, right hand, lift hook.
And Carlos Condit is on the attack.
He is. He's pushing right down to a full mount if he wants it. His knee's right on the knee on belly position. He's going for an armbar on the far side. Hiromitsu's in trouble. He needs to pivot out between the legs and bring his feet over. He blocked the little Kakatami attempt right there, head and arm choke. 136, and Miura's in a lot of trouble right now.
90 seconds to go for Hiromitsu Miura if he wants to see round number 2. Carlos Condit, the champion, on top and doing damage, but Miura doing a great job of tying up those arms.
Yeah, he's not in a great position by no means. I mean, look at this. He's in an attempt of losing his arm here, in an armbar attempt. Carlos going for an inverted arm. It's hard to finish people with that armbar, I'm going to be honest with you. You can't really break bones with that specific armbar he's going for.
But he has got him
But he's got him trapped down right now.
now.
A crucifix across the belly. A lot of times we call this the beat down position. And Miura is going to have to explode or to push off the cage right now. His feet are there. If he exploded, he might be able to pull out of this. But Carlos kind of has a great ride right now going. Very well balanced. See there, Miura pushed off like we said, but Carlos kept retained great composure, stayed on top. He's sliding that knee back onto the stomach.
And this is what makes Carlos Condit so dangerous. Look at this. He has him in an armbar, similar to what he did to Brock Larson, and Miura slips it. Now he's got to watch for those up kicks.
Miura's a warrior. Look at that.
Samurai comes back with another judo throw.
This is the most beautiful display of jiu-jitsu or judo we've seen yet in the WEC.
Under 10 seconds to go here in round number 1.
Guillotine, but it's not going to be short time work for Carlos. I think he realized that. He's just going to stay safe, tie his head up.
So the champion will see round number 2 with Hiromitsu Miura. Back in Las Vegas, we are set for round number 2 in this welterweight title fight. Carlos Condit in the black trunks, Hiromitsu Miura in the white and black trim trunks, and what a battle in round number 1.
Phenomenal battle. That's the hardest battle I've seen Carlos Condit be put in yet, his reign as a champion and his vie for the championship belt here in the WEC. Here we're seeing just the striking ability of Carlos Condit. Coming across the liver kicks. I don't know if he really
more of a slip,
shot or got slipped there.
Looked like more of a slip.
But he's on the bottom now. Carlos is on top. So this...
He's got him in the closed guard. Hiromitsu Miura right now, he's eating a lot of elbows. Condit is so efficient when they're on the ground.
Yeah, Carlos Condit, this is where I said that the fight is going to be definitely Carlos's favor. He's a much more composed and devastating. Oh, here we're going for the armbar attempt, but again, he pulled right out. Pressure.
Carlos takes control of that right foot.
Hiromitsu, though, is doing a good job on the bottom. He's got the ankle control.
Oh, and a big up kick connects.
Watch this overhand right's coming down, though. You see if Carlos pushing off, spin. A weird little dope mount type position there. He's pressing the knees down. He can come to a full mount now. Hiromitsu Miura identified it, though, and he put what we call the butterfly guard. He's able to get the knees in between and elevate. Now if he can tie down Carlos. Oh, excellent pass.
The athleticism of Carlos Condit goes vertical to get the pass.
Nice, hard. He has a nice tight cross side now, or excuse me, in the half guard. He's pressing Hiromitsu's shoulders flat on the mat. So because even though Hiromitsu has the half guard, right, I like the half guard position, but when your shoulders are both pinned to the mat, there's not a lot of offense you can do from there. That's the top guy's job, is to flatten you out. So Hiromitsu Miura needs to be able to get onto his side. Right now he needs to be on his right hip. If he can get on his right hip, he can go ahead and actually, he has a sweep here. If he hooks on to Carlos Condit's ankle, left foot, he could drive up and maybe possibly change positions here. But flat on his back, he's just going to get his guard passed.
If Hiromitsu tries to roll on him and go to that right hip, is he in danger of giving up the back, though?
No, not at all, because he keeps the hand on the left hip, or his left hand on the right hip. He can push across, knee tap, or do what a position we call old school, where you hold the ankle towards the side you're going to. But now Miura, because he's getting past now, Carlos is doing a good job of balancing on the top. He has the arms over. He can go for a Kimura here if he likes to. He came back over, doing excellent jiu-jitsu on the cross side. He's using his knees to go ahead and trap and keep Hiromitsu Miura flat. Hiromitsu, see, he has the underhook, which we all say is correct, what you got to do, but he has the underhook and he's flat on his back. He needs to get on his right side. There we go. He's getting up on the right.
Oh, he goes to a full mount. Carlos Condit gets to the full mount, and now Hiromitsu Miura is in trouble. He's got to close that distance or he's going to eat elbows and fists all night.
Yeah, he might. He can push up like that, but he's giving up his arm. So it's one of those, you got to be careful. Now he's going to give up his back.
Oh, this is dangerous with Condit.
Condit's going to sling off to go for the arm bar. Watch this. He's going right to the arm bar, put pressure on the head. Hiromitsu, wow, it's going to be close. It's going to be real close. Miura's out.
What a job, and now Miura goes into the closed guard, and Condit.
Yeah, Hiromitsu Miura's strong. He did the right thing, but let's face it, his parents kind of helped him out with that one.
Good genes.
He's a strong athlete, very powerful. Carlos Condit did exactly what you're supposed to do. Now, resting a little bit, working on the bottom. Both guys, that was a lot of energy to do what they just did there.
Hiromitsu Miura trying to posture up a little bit and try to rain down some of those blows on top of Carlos Condit. And Josh Rosenthal is saying no one's improving their position. He's going to stand them back up. Who's that favorite?
Gentlemen.
You know, right now I got to still lean towards Carlos Condit, but those throws of Hiromitsu Miura are definitely weighing into the fight.
You love how Miura keeps moving his head. He's not giving a stationary target to Condit.
He missed the judo throw.
This may cost him.
Well, 30 seconds left. I don't know. Well, we've seen Condit choke out John Alessio with only 10 seconds left in the match. So definitely he's used to working in short time.
But he's recognized it.
Miura rolled across his shoulder and was able to pull back into the guard. It's one way of getting someone off your back. If they don't control your upper body, you dive your hand between your legs, roll across your shoulder, and try to put him back in the guard. Sometimes you end up at cross-side, but at least the guy's not on your neck.
So we will go to third round action. The champion being pushed to a third round as we tee up round number 3 in this welterweight world title bout between the champion Carlos Condit in the black trunks, Hiromitsu Miura of Japan in the white and black trim trunks, and this has been a great battle thus far. Carlos Condit going into the third round, something we haven't seen him do, Frank, in over a year.
He's in an excellent battle right now. I mean, he's won both rounds, I feel. He got caught with the right hand right there, opted to go ahead and go for the shoot. Hiromitsu Miura's got cross hips. Can he go ahead and get the throw going? It's going to be hoop. Oh, he jumped up for the back, got the hooks. That might have made him go to the bottom, though. Hiromitsu's going to come out cross. If he can get his head out, he can take the back of Carlos Condit. Carlos, jump for the guillotine.
Slides into the guillotine. And that's pretty deep. Can Miura answer? He's dropping his chin down. Condit unable to put a lot of pressure right there, and it looks like he's going to relinquish that.
He did,
for the full mount.
That guillotine got him a great position, though, because Hiromitsu Miura had to respect that as submission attempt. He gave up the mount. Now, with 4 minutes left in the battle, it's already gone 2 blazing rounds. He's on the bottom.
This is something we haven't seen from Carlos Condit. He is showing signs of fatigue right now. Miura has given him everything.
Armbar attempt on the left side. Let's see if Carlos goes for it. He might opt just to go and stay on top and pound him out and score some points here and wear out Hiromitsu Miura and to regain back some of his air. But if Miura keeps his arm up like that, his right arm is really looking ready. It's blinking armbar.
Would you say it's ripe for the taking, Frank?
Ripe for the taking. There we go. Thank you. I still get punched in the head, so.
Well, Miura right now is taking a lot of elbow punishment. It doesn't look like a whole lot of a sexy punch or elbow, but I guarantee that is doing some damage.
Oh, he's trying to take deep breaths right now, and he's nervous of getting an arm taken. He has to be worried about a hard ground pound. Oh, it came up with a nice explosion.
Look at that. Able to unload some shots on Carlos Condit. And now it's Condit gasping for air, trying to regroup. He's got him in the closed guard.
Yeah, if Hiromitsu Miura can go head in, the figure four across the body, you see that triangle body lock? I speak from first-hand experience. That sucks. When you're on top of a guy and he locks that up and you're already tired and you're trying to take a deep breath and he's compressing your lungs, it's a miserable position. Hiromitsu needs to look out for the Kimura and the guillotine attempts. The fact that Carlos Condit's coming up on his side there, he can also push off the cage and possibly get a sweep.
And now it is Miura who's raining down the leather on Carlos Condit.
Wow, actually, that is the best we've ever seen anybody do inside Carlos Condit's guard.
There it is again, trying for the armbar. If he slips over the head, he'll have it.
All right, let's advance the positions, guys. Let's advance the position.
Josh Rosenthal, the referee, telling them to advance their positions.
Well, you know what? Hiromitsu Miura is doing damage, though, from this position. Right. I don't really think he needs to improve. Look at that.
Condit is certainly stunned right now, trying to regroup, gets to his feet, and a big knee from Carlos Condit. This is an absolute war.
I didn't really get to see the shot that landed to drop Miura down. I don't know if that was due to fatigue. He's going to get triangled now. Watch. Carlos is going to suck his leg underneath, and he can go ahead and go for a topside triangle, which also then allows you to really work on a guy's arm. Don't know why Carlos isn't trying to lock it up. That would have helped him lock the Kimura more effectively.
Gave up the back. Carlos Condit now in a very dangerous position. Miura looks like he is just trying to get some oxygen in there, and he's got Carlos Condit on top of him, wailing down.
This might be the end here. Miura doesn't look like he has anything left to get out of this position.
The bell will not save him. He's got over a minute to go.
If Condit can just dig deep and push hard the pace here.
Miura doing a great job, though, of closing the distance. Josh Rosenthal taking a close look at this. Miura still trying to defend himself. He will give up the back.
That was actually an excellent choice. He was about to get the fight stopped there. If he gets choked here, at least the fight's that much longer. He's now out of the first predicament. Now he's in another predicament. But
look how he's dropped his chin, though. He's dropping his chin. Condit can't sink it in.
He's buying time. He has 30 seconds, 25 seconds. He needs to hold a wrist and be stubborn and stall. If he can get his left shoulder out in reverse.
13 seconds. Hiromitsu Miura is trying to push this to a 4-round event. We're scheduled for 5.
Situation where by rolling and giving up his back, he made it now into the 4th round. Excellent warrior.
What an absolute epic. Carlos Condit was on the verge of ending the fight, and Hiromitsu Miura is able to stave off 60 seconds of punishment at the hands of that man. Well, the last samurai, Hiromitsu Miura, is pushing the champion into round number 4 here. This one's scheduled for 5.
This is really going to come down to who's going to be able to keep pushing to the end.
This is where Carlos Condit finds out if his conditioning is going to pay off. But you see, his punches don't have quite the snap they usually have in the first 2 rounds. Oh, and he gets caught with a big right from Miura. Now it's the champ who's in trouble. Hiromitsu Miura connects again and goes to a throw. And now he's going to go to work on him. Carlos Condit is in full defensive mode.
Bad for Miura. He's going to get taken down there. Condit did a good thing. He didn't have a really great shot there, but he kept bulldogging forward. At the end of the cage, Miura's feet hit, and it allowed him to stand him up.
This is a battle of will and skill.
Coming right up. Condit's going for the choke, but is he really going to sit back unless he has it all the way? Because he doesn't. I don't feel he wants to be on the bottom right now with the fatigue level. Oh, beautiful sweep.
Both men are just absolutely spent, Frank. And we still have one more round scheduled. Will it go 5? Hiromitsu Miura on top.
He needs to go ahead and just rain down some punishment here. I think that knee is good job of Carlos getting the knee across. Going for a knee bar right now. He's pushing across.
That's what's amazing about Carlos Condit. He is in all kinds of distress, and he's still working the jiu-jitsu.
Hiromitsu Miura, though, has won a Sambo championship. If he steps his right leg over, he's going to end up on top there. He just scooted his butt out. He's very versed also at footlocks. He's inside the full guard now.
Let's work, guys. Let's advance the
Condit.
position.
And Condit locking him up, still throwing punches. Both men just giving anything and everything they've got left, and we've still got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in round number 4.
Hiromitsu needs to posture up, get the head
Clean break,
control
clean
off.
break.
And this is well for Hiromitsu. Even though he's done well on the ground,
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
his biggest chance of winning the fight is with a heavy throw of a punch or one of those judo tosses.
Let's fight.
2.5 minutes to go here in round number 4. Both men absolutely spent.
Hiromitsu's been caught with a knee at this rate. Oh,
Does not have the strength to stay on his feet. And
he gets mounted again with 2 minutes left. This is going to be hard to conceive how he's going to be able to not get finished here.
Does Condit, though, have the
Condit's gonna go
strength
for
to
the arm.
break the lock?
See how he's sliding that knee up behind the head? One thing going for the champ, though, is these have been barn burner of rounds, but he's won each and every round. I feel, obviously,
That's on the Frank Mir card.
I'm Frank Mir card, so we still got to wait to see how the judges see it if it goes to that point.
But you know, Frank, as a champion, you never want to give this to the judges. I mean, even though you feel confident that you've won every round, stranger things have happened in this town.
Most definitely. Here's the reversal.
Wow. Condit just does not have the strength. Usually his hips are just bulletproof. And look at this, Mira with a flurry. He's got to watch out for up kicks now. Using gravity to rain down on the champion. Hiromitsu Miura has Carlos Condit in trouble.
A lot of trouble.
Condit locks him up, closes the guard, and tries to get some air into those lungs.
This might be a round that's definitely going to Hiromitsu Miura. Doesn't look to see the champ has anything right now at the moment. He's going to have to take some deep breaths and regroup right now and stay safe. This is the part where the cardio comes in. It's not only the output, but how fast you can recover.
Even as a champion, you've got to prepare for the full 5 rounds, and that's what Carlos Condit is right now.
I am so impressed with Hiromitsu Miura.
Miura lets him get up, launches a big right, and he goes immediately for the right ankle of Carlos Condit. Josh Rosenthal is right on top of this. Hiromitsu Miura has to continue to try to defend himself. And that's it. Rosenthal says no, enough is enough. And whether or not Miura is disappointed enough, he has not the strength to get up and fight it. And Carlos Condit, weak-kneed and all, stands up and immediately drops to his knees.
What a battle. Hiromitsu Miura has earned everybody's respect and defeat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 4 minutes, 43 seconds of round number 4. Before we announce a winner, how about one more hand for the war in the cage tonight with these 2 welterweights. Your winner by TKO victory and still welterweight champion of the world, the natural born killer, Condit.